Hi, everybody. Ron Mead here. I thought I would take a moment to talk to you a little bit about the Palm Beach Research Group's cryptocurrency investment program. Now, I had heard of cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin. I think everyone had heard of that a year or two or three ago, but I really didn't know anything about it. I didn't know how to go about it, and it was just not something that was too high on my radar until a friend of mine, mentioned to me how well he had done with it. But specifically, the reason he had done well was he was involved in the Palm Beach Research Group training program that shows you how to do this. And once I heard that something like that was available, I became very interested in their program. So I did a little research. Watched a couple of videos. I watched the fellow who runs the program. His name is Tika. I guess he goes by the name Big T. I've never met him, so I don't know him personally. But he seemed very smart. He seemed to know exactly what he was talking about, and he was very honest about what you were getting into. So, based upon my research, I decided about 3 months ago to get invested in the program. So we sat down with my wife to begin with, and we decided on an amount that we could afford to invest. We didn't want to jeopardize any of our retirement or any of the monies that we've invested in over the years, because we're getting close to that age where we're probably not going to be working quite as hard. I don't know if I mentioned I am 74 years old, so I still work full time, but I like what I do, and so there's no reason to stop at this point. But I certainly thought that if I could get some of the returns that I was hearing about with the program, I would be extremely happy. So we set aside a certain amount of money, and we decided the reason we used that amount was we decided if it were to go away and it would be a complete bust, nothing would be harmed by us. Not that we wanted to lose it, that's for darn sure. But if that happened, which in any investment program it could be that way, we would not be impacted that dramatically. So that was about 3 months ago. Then I think I made my first purchase, or I know I made my first purchase on July 3rd, which was 62 days ago. And we bought some Bitcoin under the direction and by the guidance of Palm Beach Research Group's videos. They have extensive videos done in very, very easy to understand language. Even someone myself with very little computer experience, I was able to follow with no problem. And so we bought some Bitcoin, and then based on Tika's recommendation, a few weeks later, he suggested we buy another cryptocurrency. I believe the second one was, and a third one was, maybe that's reversed, maybe the second and third, I don't remember. So we currently own three cryptocurrencies. I track them every day. I see what their value is, and I'm extremely happy to say that as of today, 62 days later, I did the math this morning, and we are up 84.9%. Now, I don't know what that is annualized, but I'm sure it's an astronomical figure. 84.9% is the value of our portfolio, the greater value of our portfolio versus what we actually have invested. So obviously, I couldn't be more excited that that's a phenomenal return. So someone asked me the other day if they thought it was appropriate for them to get involved. We were having a conversation, and I said, well, I think there's really two issues here. Number one, I don't know your finances. That's very personal to you. That's really none of my business. But I think you should review your financial situation. If you're in a situation where maybe one of your parents has moved back into the home, or maybe you have a child that requires special medical attention, or maybe you have a kid in college and it's all you can do to keep that ship afloat, then probably this is not for you. If your finances are really, really, really tight and you just don't have any extra dollars, then I certainly wouldn't advise you to do this. However, and this is a big however, I think the majority of people don't want to get involved because they think it's too hard for them. They think, I can't do it. You don't know my situation. I can't make that happen. And that would be the entirely wrong decision to make, because the training is there for you. It's laid out very simply, very specifically. Now, I had to go over a couple of videos 2 or 3 times because I viewed them once. Then when I went to implement, I forgot something, but I went right back, reviewed the video again, and cleared up what I was uncertain about. So if you're hesitating, if you've got a little bit of money that you think you could invest, but you're hesitating because you think it's too difficult or it's too hard for you, then you're making the wrong decision. That just is not the case. You don't have enough information. I remember, I've read this many times, I'm sure you've all heard it, that people who are in the latter stages of their life and know that their transition is going to be imminent, and ask what they regret. Rarely do they say that they regret any mistakes they made. Rather, they regret the things they didn't do. The things they didn't do. And I think that's the case with this program. The options and the opportunities are so great here. I think if you did this because you were afraid, you were making a decision based on fear, not based on facts, my advice would get some more facts, because you're not making the right decision. It's not that difficult to do. So my suggestion is, I think the people at Palm Beach have told me they're going to be doing some more webinars or information programs that you can watch and inform yourself, so that you can see really it's not that difficult to participate in this program. And with those kinds of returns, you can imagine what my situation will be in 12 months versus 2 months. I certainly don't know that I'm going to have this type of astronomical ride. I know others have had even greater returns than I've had, but I'm certainly very happy with any business that I've ever been involved with that had almost 100% return in 2 months. I would be shocked. So anyway, that's my story. I hope that helps you out a little bit. My encouragement is for you to get a little more information, to make sure you're fully informed so that you can make the proper decision for you and your family. Thanks very much. Bye now.